So the user will log in, and under the Reports tab in the left navigation pane, this tab is available to both students and faculty members. The section is separated into user applications and inventory management applications. The first option is user logs. When the system processes, it creates a timestamped and dated log file of all activity that has occurred in MedsManager at the specific medication device. So in this case, I'm working at my SimCavRx. You'll see a timestamped and dated log file of everything that has occurred. This list will roll off after 100 uses, but always the most up-to-date information will be at the top of the screen. Just giving guidance into the students' practicing pathway. So they logged in, they logged out, they stocked the medication in the cabinet, emptied the stock. So any activity is recorded in this location. Oftentimes this area is helpful for debriefing purposes. If there is a confusion that the student may or may not have completed a task, MedsManager is the vehicle that can assist the educator to provide credence to the fact that the student did or did not complete a task accordingly. Students often will be requested to print off their activity logs. In some instances, they can do so. There is a print button associated with the reports page and others within the MedsManager software. The school or organization utilizing the KbPort MDS products will need to have their IT department map a printer of their choice in their location in the 𝖬Լριyi𝖬𝖺 lab area to the medication cart or cabinet device they're working with in order for printing to be enabled. So this occurs in the 𝖬Ｌab lab environment. User logins focuses on the user and his or her activity. Now, as a lab coordinator, I can see when the device was active, entered multiple times and dates. User accesses refers to which drawer or door compartment is the student accessing, and again, timestamped and dated for referential applications. The inventory tab, several drop-downs. This section is more applicable for our pharmacy tech student learners, but it's available to all users. And from the inventory perspective, when you highlight the tab here, a subsequent page presents itself of all the medications that are stocked within the medication cart or cabinet device, as per the customer preference. So in this page, I prefer it for faculty users because it's a sortable application. When you stock your cart or cabinet, it may be randomized, and then a user will prefer to see the location sort be more advantageous for them, as opposed to a formula sort for alphabetical needs. The system will provide that flexibility for the faculty or student users as desired. The inventory page, again, refers back to the stock application. So the location focuses on the drawer door compartment where the medication was stored. The medication name, quantity, par level, those items also parsed from the stock tab in MedsManager. The barcoding information, NDC 10 information, could be 10 or 11, Tallman lettering, schedule, classification of the medication. This is all being parsed from the virtual pharmacy formulary during the drug creation application. In an area where you see a medication listed that does not have any barcode information, the students will not be able to scan that drug successfully to complete their medication activity. So you do want to assure that there's barcode information, either UPC or NDC 10 or 11 information available in the virtual pharmacy formulary that again crosses over to MedsManager. Low inventory, so the system does keep track of utilization of medication samples as they are retrieved from the drawer and door compartments of our devices, as long as the student is updating the quantity as they're removing samples from the device. So as part of their medication activity, they are required to update the quantity that is retained in the drawer. That's by faculty determination. There are some instances where the students are guided to scan the medication sample, put it back in the drawer, and then the quantity doesn't alter in that regard. But the most common application is to have them count, because they'd be doing so in the future in the clinical environment in some instances, especially for controlled substances or high-risk medications. There is a required count involved. Stockouts. So these are any medications would be populated here in the listing that are empty pocket locations. Expired inventory. You'll have a running list of those medications that are expired as long as the expiration date has been included during the stock process. Unused inventory, this again may be helpful to our pharmacy tech colleagues. Students can swap medications from one pocket to another, move from one location in a drawer door compartment to another. That's part of their common workflow. They can also remove items because they're near expiration time and they don't need to be restocked because there's not a patient chart that requires use of that medication. So there are a number of different uses for this tab. Emergency items, those are medications that are identified as such in the virtual pharmacy formulary during the drug creation application. So sodium bicarbonate, insulin are emergency type drugs typically, but those will associate automatically in your log files based on how the virtual pharmacy is created. High alert inventory, so typical medications such as insulin, potassium, magnesium, Pitocin, anticoagulants, those are all high-risk medications that are available, and again, will cross-populate from the virtual pharmacy formulary. Inventory by schedule, so this does associate medications by their schedule for controlled substances versus prescription medications versus medications that may be over-the-counter driven, which most likely would not be stocked in a medication device. And then there's some other report capabilities at the bottom of the screen. All logs incorporates all activity of everything that has occurred in the cabinet or cart device to date in MedsManager. You have all logins. Again, I'm working as an administrator, so it's also functioning on a SimLab coordinator. All accesses, again, focuses on the access of the drawer or door or pocket location where the student or the faculty member are retrieving medications for activities. Empty pocket locations for general ease of use. Discrepancies, if there is a medication off count. So a student was working with a narcotic substance simulated in the medication cart or cabinet. The faculty stocked the drawer with 12 medication samples, but by the software there should be 15. The student can create a discrepancy report that the faculty can then take them through the resolution process of how that gets rectified. Any waste of medications are all listed here in a running list, again, time-stamped and dated for referencing. There is the ability underneath the report's location to search out specific information and then click the apply if the student is looking for a medication or an application that they completed during their process. The most common log files or the report files here are the user logs. And again, from an inventory perspective, I typically guide faculty users to, once their cabinet or cart is completely stocked the way they desire, make a print list of their contents. Should the cart or cabinet need to be reconfigured, they at least have a handheld reference tool on how to rebuild their log files in the inventory process, because a reconfigure will wipe out those log files.